Have you ever hired a commercial cleaning service and just been frustrated? One week your office looks amazing, and the next, it's like they barely showed up. Well, we're going to pull back the curtain on the real reason why that happens, and trust me, it's probably not what you're thinking.
Right, it's this super common headache for so many businesses. You're paying good money for a professional job, but the quality feels like a total roll of the dice. You get a fantastic crew, and then, poof, they're gone, replaced by someone new. So what gives?
And here's the thing, and it sounds kind of crazy, but the root of all this inconsistency, it's hiding in plain sight on a boring old tax form. Yep, that one piece of paper pretty much dictates a company's entire philosophy and ultimately the kind of service you end up with.
Okay, so let's get right into it. The problem isn't that there's a shortage of hardworking people out there. Not at all. The real problem is the business model they're stuck in, a system that either helps them succeed or basically forces them to fail. It really all boils down to two completely different ways of employing people. You've got the W-2 employee model on one side and the 1099 independent contractor model on the other. Let's break down what these actually mean, because it's a night and day difference.
So first up, the W-2 employee. The most important word here, legally speaking, is control. With a W-2 employee, the cleaning company has the right to manage every detail, the cleaning methods they use, the specific supplies, the quality checklists. That control, that is the absolute foundation for getting consistent results.
And then you've got the 1099 contractor. Now, this person is legally their own boss, an independent business. This means they get to decide how the work gets done. The company that hired them can't legally tell them what chemicals to use, what checklist to follow, or even to wear a uniform. They're just paying for an outcome.
So what does this actually look like when someone shows up at your facility after hours? Let's put these two models side by side.
This chart really lays it all out. Look at the W-2 side. It's all about investment from the company. They're providing the training, they're paying for the professional supplies, and they're covering the insurance. This is how you build a standard. Now glance over at the 1099 column. That person is an island. They have to pay for their own supplies and training, which often means they're forced to use cheaper products and rush through the job just to make a decent profit. It's a system that practically guarantees inconsistency.
And this has a huge impact on the actual people doing the work. A W-2 employee gets stability. The company pays half their payroll taxes, they can get benefits. That means they stick around. You get to see the same trusted, consistent faces. But for the 1099 contractor, they get hit with the entire 15.3% self-employment tax. They have no benefits, no safety net. So that cleaner who's rushing and cutting corners, it's not because they're a bad worker. It's because they're trying to cover that massive tax bill and make ends meet. That's what leads to burnout, constant turnover, and that revolving door of cleaners in your building.
So you might be asking, if the 1099 model creates so much chaos, why on earth do so many big franchise companies use it? Well, you probably guessed it. Just follow the money.
Let's just use a simple round number. Say you, the client, are paying $1,000 a month for your cleaning service. You sign with a big national brand, so you're expecting top-notch work for your money.
But here's where that $1,000 actually goes. Before a single trash can is emptied, the huge national corporation skims about 40% right off the top for franchise fees. Then the local franchise owner, who's really just a sales middleman, takes their 30% cut.
And what's left for the person actually doing the work? About $300. From that tiny sliver, they still have to buy all their own supplies, pay for insurance, and cover that giant self-employment tax bill. You see, the financial pressure is immense. In this system, cutting corners isn't a choice, it's a survival strategy.
But listen, this isn't just about getting a subpar cleaning job. This model can actually introduce some serious and, frankly, unnecessary risks to your own business. See, the government is cracking down hard on companies that misclassify their workers. If your cleaning vendor gets audited and fined, they could face penalties so massive it bankrupts them. And when they suddenly go out of business overnight, guess who's left with no cleaning service and a major headache? You are. And here's the real catch-22. For that 1099-based company to deliver the consistent quality they promised you, they'd have to control their cleaners, tell them what to do, what to use, when to be there. But the second they do that, they're breaking the law. So they're trapped. Either they provide bad service legally or they provide good service illegally. So after all that, how can you possibly navigate this and make sure you're getting what you pay for? It really all comes down to asking one simple, incredibly powerful question. That's it. Before you sign any contracts, just ask them that. Are your cleaners W-2 employees or 1099 contractors?
Their answer will tell you everything you need to know about their business model, their ability to control quality, and whether or not you're unknowingly taking on a bunch of risk. Because at the end of the day, that's what you have to decide. Are you hiring a true partner who invests and trains and is directly accountable for their people? Or are you just paying a bunch of fees to middlemen in a fragile system that's built on a shaky foundation? The choice is all yours.